welcome to Ruxi EDM. This is Ruxi, and I'm very honored that this time I've been invited by EDC Thailand to present you this very detailed DJ lineup review video for the first ever EDC Thailand. I'm super excited because I'm a huge fan of EDC. I've been to EDC Las Vegas twice and I've been to EDC China once. It's all great experience. And I've been to Thailand 3 times, including backpack for 3 weeks, and I just went to Phuket in this May. And EDC Thailand this time will exactly take place in Phuket. And Phuket is a wonderful vacation spot, have nice beach, nice island, and the price is very affordable with great seafood and great drinks. Phuket is just a great place to visit. So I will mention some of the traveling tips at the end. In general, it's very easy to travel. So if you've never been to Thailand, don't worry about it. And even better than that, I partner with EDC Thailand to give away 2 GA 3D tickets for free. So if you want to win these free tickets, definitely stick around to the end of this video. So this video will mainly consist of 2 parts. In part 1, there are currently 78 groups of artists on the main poster. So in the past few weeks, my team and I have done a lot of research on all these artists, and we put them in 9 categories. And these categories including music genres like house, techno or hard dance music, and regions like Thailand or Greater China area. So if you are new to electronic music, part 1 will be perfect for you to understand what does this genre sounds like and what genres you may like. And part 2, which will be the main part of this video, I will go through every artist under each category to give you a better understanding of what music they play and some of their very interesting music stories. So before we get started, I would like to introduce a little bit about myself because you'd probably be wondering, why would I listen to this lady talk about electronic music for probably a pretty long time? So my name is Ruxi, like sushi with an R. I'm originally from Shanghai, China. I'm currently based in Shanghai as well. I've studied abroad in the UK for a year as an exchange student when I was doing my bachelor degree in chemistry, and I was having a wonderful time, go to clubs, listen to dance music with a lot of my European friends. And then I moved to the United States and lived there for 7 years, where I was getting my master's degree in marketing at the University of Rochester, and then I worked in Baltimore, I worked in Boston, and lastly, I was actually working in San Francisco Bay Area, and I was working at Google headquarters as a global pricing principal. So Google is a great company to work at, but when I was working at Google, I realized how much I love electronic music. Every day I'm thinking about the festivals I'm going to with my rave families, I'm thinking about the DJ I want to see. So in 2020, I decided to quit my job at Google and move back to China to really help grow the electronic music scene here in my home country. So in the past few years, I've been working with international electronic music labels like Anjuna Beats, Anjuna Deep, Affiliate Records to help them grow in China by providing them professional marketing support and services. And I also work with artists like Above and Beyond, Seven Lions, and Mightis to help them grow in China. Also, while I was working at Google in 2018, I started my video channel Ruxi EDM, which is Ruxi Dianying in Chinese. And in the past 6 years, my team and I have made over 300 videos on electronic music related content, like introducing DJs, introducing labels, introducing music festivals, also topics like music production, DJ equipment, and etc. And I'm really glad that in the past few years, my channel has attracted over 60,000 followers and over 6 million total views. Besides that, I'm also a music producer. You can find me as a verified artist on Spotify for Apple Music. So if you're interested, you can just look for Ruxi and you can check out my music. And I also DJ sometimes at my friend's event or at local venues. And besides that, I'm a huge fan of Taiji. I actually listen to dance music while I'm doing Taiji. It's pretty cool. So in general, I'm just Ruxi, this lady that love electronic music so much. So in the past few years, I've done a lot of research on electronic music industry, artists or music and etc. And I'm really glad that it's the first time I've done English video in the past few years. So if you're interested in seeing me making more English content, definitely consider subscribe, leave a comment and let me know. So okay, let's get started. Let's start with part 1, the 9 categories that I put together for the current 78 groups of artists on the main poster. So the first category is EDM, electro-pop, dance pop. The second will be dubstep, bass, melodic bass. The third will be house music. The fourth will be HDM, hard dance music. The fifth will be trance music. And 6th will be techno music, and the 7th others including drum and bass or trap, and 8th will be artists from Thailand, and 9th will be artists from Greater China area. So let's start with the first category, EDM/electropop/dance pop. So if you're new to electronic music, this category will be perfect for you because these artists are some of the most commercially successful artists. So for example, Electro-pop, dance pop basically is electronic music or dance music combined with pop music. I guess a lot of people are familiar with pop music, so these artists will be a great place to start if you just start to listen to electronic music from pop music. And I would like to introduce the concept EDM. So EDM basically refers to electronic dance music. So it's electronic music that's perfect for dancing. So basically in electronic music, there are two big parts. One big part is EDM, the electronic music that's great for dancing. The second part will be the non-EDM. So this will be the music that's kind of slow, not really for dancing, for example, ambient, chill out, because I think a lot of people have the misunderstanding that all electronic music are just really loud, like really hard to listen. It's not really that. It's just EDM. It's just really dance floor friendly, but there are a lot of like quiet and very peaceful electronic music that are perfect for non-dancing scenario. And also, to be clear, there are two ways of defining EDM. One is a broad definition, one is a more narrow definition. So EDM, one is a broad definition. Everything you see here, including like hard, trance, techno, house, they are all EDM because they are all electronic music that's perfect for dancing. But we also have a comparatively narrow definition of EDM, which refers to a more commercial electronic music. Because, for example, some of the techno artists, which would consider themselves more underground, they do not like people put them on the tag like EDM or commercial. So that's why the EDM here, even though everything here is EDM in a broad way, but the first category EDM, what I put here, refers to more commercial EDM that more people will like. It's a little bit poppy, it's easy on ear. So just keep that in mind. So the first category, EDM, electro-pop, dance pop, like I said, this is a category that's perfect for newbies. You just start to listen to electronic music. You want to hear something more close to pop music. These artists will be great for you to listen to. And a lot of time, these artists, because they are very commercially successful, they have a lot of tracks that tons of people love. So they actually get paid really well. So if you see these artists, it's definitely worth the money. The second categories are actually the category have the most artists this time, which is dubstep, bass, or melodic bass. It's actually interesting because if you're new to electronic music, this category can be a little bit too rough for you to listen to. So for example, dubstep. In dubstep, a very famous thing about dubstep is if you at festivals, if you see tons of people do this, yeah, it's what we call headbanging. It's from rock and roll, but in dubstep, headbanging is definitely the way to dance and to rave to. So dubstep can be a little bit loud or rough to some people because it sounds like a lot of metallic sound, like rhythm dubstep. It still can be a little bit rough on ear, but if you love dubstep, love bass music, it could be perfect. So for example, bass music and dubstep, sometimes it comes hand in hand. Dubstep basically is a kind of bass music, and bass music basically refers to all the music have very strong bass. Boom, 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 boom. Very, very low. It's just very heavy, but if you love it, you will definitely love it. For example, for me, at the beginning, I think dubstep and bass music, it's just like too rough. It's hard to listen to, but now I just kind of fall in love with it. It's just the power and the energy in it. It's very dark, and it's just very cool. So definitely keep an open mind on that. But there's a perfect balance. If you think bass music is too rough, too hard, there's a genre under bass music that's very popular, which is melodic bass. So melodic bass, including like future bass or melodic dubstep. I really like how nowadays we just talk about melodic bass because there was an argument about whether this track is a future bass, whether this track is a melodic dubstep. So basically, melodic dubstep is dubstep with melody. It's beautiful. It's basically a good combination of melody and heavy bass. And future bass is similar. It's bass with some of the very futuristic sound, so it's easier on ear with a lot of beautiful melody, a lot of like pads, and more melodic elements to it. So if you think bass music is too rough, definitely check out some of the melodic bass artists. And the third category is actually the categories that I really, really love is house music. I started to listen to house music a lot when I was working at Google in San Francisco because tech house is just so popular in the Bay Area. So house music basically sounds like don't stats. It's a perfect speed. The BPM, which is beats per minute, it basically refers to the speed or the tempo of the track. So the BPM of house music is around 120 to 128. So each minute there will be 120 to 128 BPM. So it's like dum, 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 dum. So for house music, this range is actually the range that people feel more comfortable with. So it actually kind of explains why house music is one of the most popular genres in electronic music, because there are subgenres like tropical house, deep house, minimal. It's just really easy to listen to. For example, tropical house, it's just perfect when you're on islands like Phuket or Thailand. And nowadays, genres like tech house, deep melodic house is also very popular with great production, great melodies add to all these house elements. So if you like outdoor, house music was perfect. Nowadays, you can see a lot of videos that people were playing music outdoors, and a lot of these videos are actually playing house music. And the fourth categories will be the genres I recently fall in love with, which will be the HDM, hard dance music. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so hard dance music basically sounds like dun, dun, dun. It's very hard. So to be honest, at the beginning, when I started to listen to electronic music like in 2016, I think hard music was horrible. I was like, what the hell? This music just sounds like noise. It's just so hard. It's a lot of distortion. It's dun, 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 dun. But I think just maybe I listen to electronic music so much. Recently, I just fall in love with hard dance music. So HDM, hard dance music, it covered two very important genres, which would be hardstyle and hardcore. So hardcore, as you can tell from the name, it is very, very hardcore. It's exactly the music, very fast, very rough. If you're new to dance music, hardcore can be a little bit tough for you to accept. And I think hardstyle is easier for people to listen to. So if you are not familiar with HDM, hardstyle probably will be a good point for you to start. So hardstyle have subgenres like euphoric hardstyles that I really love. It's a very beautiful melody, very beautiful vocal, plus the energy from hard music. Don, 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 but with melody. So it's not that hard. So I think that's why I love HDM. It's a perfect combination of like hard music. If you want to go really hardcore, just go hardcore. If you want some melody, hardstyle is always there. And also, I think hard music is perfect for very intense sport like boxing. When I do boxing, hard music is definitely the top one to go. Imagine that. Dun, 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 dun. I even introduced to my gym coach. They were like, wow, what this music is great. So if you like boxing, if you like very intense sport, definitely check out HDM. And I also love the energy at the HDM events. For example, Q-Dance. Q-Dance is one of the biggest HDM music events label. Q-Dance have a lot of festivals. Every time I watch the video, I'm just so impressed by the people there. There's so much energy on the dance floor. Everyone seems so happy, so energetic, no judgment. Everyone just like pumping to this sound. Yeah, so if you're an energetic person, definitely check out HDM. The fifth category will be the genres that I also really love, which is trance music. Oh, trance music is so beautiful. It's the electronic music that still, till today, that can touch the deepest part of my heart. So trance music is a little bit faster than house music. House music, like I said, is from 120 to 120 BPM. Trance music is from 128 to 138 BPM. And 138 is very classic BPM with uplifting trance. It's a little bit faster, and also the production of trance music is very complicated. In trance music production, the producer will add layers of pads, sequencers, and all kind of sound effects. Just basically, there's so many layers of sound in your ear. It's to make you feel like you're floating in the universe. And that's exactly when trance is called trance, because it's a little bit faster and the sound basically just so full, and it makes you feel like the universe and space give you this state of trance. So trance is also considered as an orchestra of electronic music because of the complexity in production and also the professional experience you may need to produce trance music. So you can actually see in trance music, a lot of producers have many years of experience, versus in some genres like dubstep or bass, the producers are comparatively younger, because I think to make great trance music, you will need more years of experience in music production. And that's exactly why trance can always touch my heart. I personally is a big fan of vocal trance music. Vocal trance is so beautiful. The vocalists, they sing perfectly, and then the trance production with all the sounds, all the synthesizer, all the layers, it's like dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh my god, it's just a perfect singing combination with electronic music beats. It's just perfect balance of melody and electronic music energy, and just touched the deep of my heart. And I will mention some of the trance artists that I really like, and I hope you're enjoying trance music, because trance is one of the most touching electronic music, and you will hear people say that a lot. Trance changed my life, because trance do have the power to touch the deep of your soul. The sixth category will be the genres that recently get really popular, which is techno music. So when you talk about techno music, you cannot miss Berlin. So Berlin is basically the center of techno music. There are tons of clubs just always play techno music, and that's why it's pretty interesting. So techno music used to consider as underground. So for example, years ago, let's say in 2016, 2018, you would not expect to listen to techno music on the main stage of electronic music festival. But nowadays, techno just go on the main stage of electronic music festivals all over the world. So techno music basically sounds very clear. It's very industrial. It's very like techy, as you can tell from the name. It's like dum 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 dum. So still, if you are new to dance music, for example, when I start to listen to dance music, I find techno like it's kind of boring. You know, at the beginning I was saying, oh, is that just that? It just beats? But recently, when I listen to techno more, I actually start to appreciate the simplicity of techno music. So I think techno music, the cool thing about it is basically trying to remove all the cheesy, melodic things of music and just go through the very basic foundation of music, which is a beat and rhythm part. But still, if you think techno itself is a little bit boring, in the past few years, melodic techno also become very popular, which would be perfect because it's adding melody to the techno. So that's why a lot of people find melodic techno is great. It's keep the coolness of techno music, but also add a lot of beautiful melody to it. And seventh category would be others. Don't overlook others because others actually include very popular genres like drum and bass and trap. And eighth category would be artists from Thailand because this time as EDC is taking place in Thailand, they are inviting a lot of interesting local artists as well. And the ninth category, which is the last category, will be artists from Greater China area. So to be clear, Greater China area is a financial concept we use a lot when I was working at corporate like Google. It basically covers area like mainland China, Hong Kong, Macau, or Taiwan. So I will mention some of these very interesting artists later. So okay, that'll be the first part. Let me recap all these 9 categories that I put together. First will be EDM, electro-pop, dance pop. Second will be dubstep, bass, melodic bass. Third will be house. Fourth will be HDM, hard dance music. Fifth is trance music. Sixth is techno music. Seventh is others. And eighth is Thailand. And ninth is Greater China area. So now here comes the second part, which will be the main part of this video. I will go through each artist under each category so you have a better understanding what music each of them play and some of the very interesting music stories. So first artist under the EDM category is Afrojack. He's from the Kingdom of Electronic Music, which is Netherlands. So Afrojack was really popular back in the EDM Gold Age. So when I talk about EDM Gold Age, it basically refers to a time frame from 2012 to 2018 or 19 probably, where at that time electro house, progressive house are very popular. And we see artists like Avicii, Martin Garrix, Swedish House Mafia, all kind of like main stage house music, like Big Room House and Hardwell, they're all very popular. But these kind of EDM Gold Age time, these genres are getting less popular recently, and now a lot of underground music, like we used to think about it, like techno music is getting really popular. So Afrojack is definitely one of the most outstanding, famous, commercially successful artists at the EDM Gold Age time. And he was actually one of the artists that makes the most money that time. I remember there were articles talk about he like getting on the private jet or stuff like that. So I personally really like Afrojack. I think he made a very big impact on me when I started to listen to electronic music back in 2016. And some of the track I really like Hey Mama or Hey or 10 Feet Tall. I really like Hey. I say, hey, would you come with me? I say, hey, 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 hey. It's just a great song. I still enjoy listening to it. So electro house is a very early club form of house music. So when house music get popular in 1990s, it was still a little bit underground, but then electro house show up where they add a lot of like electronic sound to the house music, make it sound like more exciting. So it's just get really popular in the clubs. So that's a big reason why electro house get really popular in the 2010s. And the second one would be my favorite progressive house artist, that is Alesso! So Alesso's show is the first ever DJ show I've ever been to. So I think Alesso definitely make a very big impact because basically I realized I love electronic music when I went to Alesso's show. My friend invited me, say, hey, do you want to check out Alesso? I was like, who is Alesso? They're like, oh, you don't know? I was like, what music he has? And they showed me If I Lose Myself remix. I was like, oh my God, I love that. And then my friend was telling me about, oh, this is electronic music and stuff. So I was like, oh my God, Alesso is definitely the turning point for my life. If I didn't go to his show, I probably would never realize I like electronic music. And I think Alesso's music is perfect for beginners because his classic progressive house track, like I just mentioned, If I Lose Myself remix, Calling, If I Lose My Mind, or Heroes, it's just great track with very great singers on the track. And then the progressive house, the structure of the song, it has a very beautiful intro with beautiful singing, and slowly it built up. And then at the drop part, the energy just built up. So even progressive house just kind of died down in recent years. I still think the tracks are still very great to listen to. Like one of his most famous track, Calling. Still till today, a lot of DJs still play that track. Such a classic, such a classic. So I do like Alesso a lot. I think his progressive house is awesome, definitely worth checking out. I think it's safe to say that he is one of the very best progressive house artists. And then he's from Sweden, and there are actually a lot of great house artists from Sweden. One of the most famous ones, Swedish House Mafia. It's also a great group, definitely check it out. And the next artist is Becky. He's also from Netherlands, and he also produced electro house music. And he has collaborated with Tiësto, who I will mention later, and he made a couple of tracks with Tiësto on his Club Live Volume 3 album. The fourth artist under this category are one of the most commercially successful music group, which is the Chainsmokers. And it's reported that they make over 46 million US dollar every year. They've won Grammy Awards, they tour all over the world, they just come to China, the tickets sold out, people just crazy about it. The music they make are exactly the music I just mentioned earlier, which is the electro-pop, dance pop. It's a perfect combination of electronic music with pop music. And I think that explains why they are so popular, because I know a lot of young people like the Chainsmokers track. Their track just have a lot of, emotional, about love, about breakup, very deep emotional track that a lot of teenagers love. Their collaboration with Coldplay, Something Just Like This, is just so popular. I want something just like this, da, da, da. And also their track Closer, Roses, Don't Let Me Down, all super popular. My personal favorite is Roses. Take it slow, but it's not typical. You already know, da 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 da. So I think Chainsmokers song would be perfect if you just start to listen to electronic music, because it always comes with beautiful melodies from very talented singers, and the way they produce the track, it's just very easy to listen to. Oh, the next artist will be Latin people's favorite, because me and my Latin friends in America, we just love Dioro. Dioro is a Mexican American, so I think the reason me and a lot of people love him is just he adds so many fun Latin elements to his track. And he is one of the most successful Latin artists in the electronic music scene. And he also famous for making electro house with a lot of Latin elements. One of his most popular track is 5 Hours. Oh my god, such a classic. I can't resist. It's just so catchy. I love it. I love 5 Hours. It's a classic. Definitely check it out. And you also have tracks like Bailar, Perdoname. I don't know whether I say it right, but it's just really fun Latin music. So if you're Latino or Latina, definitely check out Dioro, because his track just have this very fun and passionate Latin elements to it. In this case, another Swedish artist that recently get really popular, like I mentioned before, techno is getting really big, and nowadays at the music festival on the main stage, you will hear the genre big room techno, and that's exactly what Case have been producing in the past few years. So basically, big room techno is trying to make techno more commercial actually. It's kind of controversial. It's like, is techno supposed to be underground? But I think that's exactly the reason, because techno just so pure, so underground. It's not really for main stage. So that's why some producer come up with the idea of big room techno. They add a lot of big room elements to techno. So when I say big room elements, they will add broader sound effect, for example, stereo, and have just more sounds to fill in the gap of the original techno genre. Because when you're at the main stage in a music festival, you would like to hear the sound just wow, surrounded, and everyone wants to feel the energy to dance, which the original techno may not able to provide. So if you want to get to know the recent trend on the main stage festival acts, I think Case would be a great artist, because he will play the big room techno that get really popular in the recent years. So next, Nicky Romero, another very talented Dutch producer. He was also known for his electro house music, and when he started his career, he have collaborated with Avicii, and their track I Could Be The One is just very classic. I think a lot of people love it. I could be the one to make you feel that way. I could be the one to set you free. Oh, very classic song, Avicii. A lot of people love Avicii. I think Avicii definitely make a huge impact on a lot of people's life. And Nicky Romero is also exploring new sound recent years. So he has been adding techno elements to his electro house production. I really like his recent track like Love Me Better or Tectonics. I just really love it. They are not necessarily very popular, but I think these two tracks are a very good representation of his creativity. He's also known for starting Protocol Recordings, which has been over 10 years. He also updates Protocol Radio weekly to share new music and to empower new producers. The next artist, which is also a very talented producer, that is Rehab from Netherlands. He's very good at making electro house, very good at making future bass. I personally really love his track Sakura. It's one of the very classic electro house track. It makes you feel like the very beautiful like Sakura just flowing down on you with a lot of beautiful energy, a lot of melody. I love Sakura, definitely check it out. And in the recent year, he also tried to remix some of the very classic pop tracks like La 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 La, All around the world, la 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 la. Some EDM lovers hate it, but I think a lot of people also love it, so definitely keep an open mind on that. And he also started his own label, Cyberpunk, which also helps to discover a lot of talented young producers. The next artist under this category is definitely a legend, Tiësto! Tiësto is such a legend. So Tiësto, the reason he's legend, there's so many reasons he's legend. So he's like one of the most commercially successful artists. He has tracks that's so popular, have been playing many times. And also another reason he's a legend, because he inspired a lot of young producers and DJs. So he played at the Olympic Games. I think he's probably the first DJ, but regardlessly, he played at the 2008 Athens Olympic Game, and that DJ set has inspired a lot of young producers like Martin Garrix, like Reds. A lot of people have never seen, wow, this is DJ, this is so cool. And it's safe to say, like without Tiësto playing there, we won't see a lot of the young producers that we really enjoy nowadays. And besides that, he's also very open to help young producers to grow. For example, Martin Garrix, Kashmir. I remember very clearly when I was see Tiësto show in Boston. At that time, Kashmir was nobody. So he just bring Kashmir to a stage and introduce it to everyone. Hey, this is Kashmir, a very talented producer. Definitely check his music. And now Kashmir is getting really big. So I have a lot of respect for Tiësto for keep on not just focus on his own career, but also empowering a lot of young producers. It's just amazing how Tiësto has been in the scene for so many years. When he started his career, he was actually known for his trance production. So even nowadays, a lot of trance lovers still miss the time when Tiësto was making this awesome trance music like Adagio for strings. It's such a classic. It's such a classic. But then he shifted to more commercial EDM, which is still great. A lot of people love it. For them, boom boom boom, such a classic. Put us a bell like boom 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 boom. Some people hate it, but it's just such a great festival track. And last year he released the album Drive. Wow, the people he worked with, it's just like big name. Charlie XCX, Tate McRae, and he also remake Black Eyed Peas Pump It Louder. I love Pump It Louder. And I actually calculated the stream of the Drive album on Spotify. 45 billion. 45 billion. A single album. That's Tiësto. That's what defines commercially successful. He's just so great at collaboration and make all these tracks that a lot of people love with great production, great singing, and great like videos come with it. Even the Tiësto project is very successful. He also have a side project like VER West, where he makes very great house music. For example, 5 Seconds Before Sunrise is a track a lot of non-commercial listeners just really love. So definitely also check 5 Seconds Before Sunrise. It's a beautiful track. So no matter what, Tiësto I think is someone you cannot miss if you want to get to know electronic music. He just has so many hot songs, and I think it's very likely you can find a track that you really love. And the last artist under this category is Wukong from Singapore. And it's interesting because the music he plays is actually Oriental rap. That's how he describes his own music, because he adds a lot of Oriental or Eastern element to his track, where he will also use visuals like dragon or like kung fu in his music video and like video production. And Wukong is actually a Chinese Singaporean, so when he grew up, he was actually influenced by his family a lot, where he get to know a lot of Chinese culture. So he actually tried to implement his like Chinese root to his music production and also like all the visuals. And he's actually really popular in Asia nowadays. So if you're interested in seeing a DJ set with a lot of Oriental elements, definitely check out Wukong. Okay, so that's it for the first category, EDM, electropop, and dance pop. Let's move on to the second part, which would be the dubstep, bass, and melodic bass. The first artist is actually Arm Hammer. I'm not sure whether I pronounced it correctly. I'm trying my best. It's an Asian-American duo from Los Angeles, and they mostly make melodic bass. And some of their most famous tracks, including their remix of Closer, which is a track from the Chainsmokers that I mentioned earlier. And the second would be Bass Rush Experience. So Bass Rush Experience is an event label under Insomniac, and Insomniac is a group runs EDC. So Bass Rush is an event label started by Insomniac that really focus on like heavy bass and dubstep music. And they've done a lot of great events. They invited artists like Virtual Riots, Slender, Sand and Dice, all big names on the bass music. So basically, Bass Rush Experience on EDC Thailand will be a great combination of all the great bass artists. The third group of artists is a very legendary group from Canada that is Black Tiger Sex Machine, BTSM. And they're very famous for starting Cannibal Records. So Cannibal Records is a very famous Canadian label that discovered a lot of artists, including Dabbing, who I will mention later. And I think BTSM is very legendary because they also kind of a pioneer in the bass music or dubstep in Canada. And I think their dubstep is more mature, more sophisticated, and they also wear helmets. So it's kind of like in France, you have Daft Punk. In Canada, you have BTSM. So I think it's another reason makes them a very legend. It's just very easy to remember. They have this very cool animal helmet on them. Next will be Grandad. Grandad is a very interesting artist. When I was living in Boston, I actually checked him out at his event at Cambridge, a very small venue. And this time he wasn't that big. And nowadays he's actually getting really big and play at this very big festival. I really like his lifestyle. He played trap and dubstep. So when he was playing shows, he's just very active and interacting with the crowd. And now he also produced a lot of new tracks. So if you like very young, energetic, like trap, dubstep set, definitely check out Grandad. Next will be a very popular Korean-Canadian artist, which is Dabbing. Dabbing is super popular in China because he just make a lot of beautiful melodic bass track. I think he's a great artist for you to get to know melodic bass because I think he adds a lot of Asian emotional elements to his track. His track Bloom, it's just so beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, very beautiful. And also Hollow. Hollow is another very beautiful track. And in the end, his collaboration with Say the Sky, it's one of the very, very popular new track that he made. And it's also funny, I was listening to his interview. I think there's a joke about Asian kid in North America or Europe. It's like a lot of Asian kids, their parents will force them to learn piano or music. And that's exactly what happened to Dabbing. Dabbing's mom put him into music school and he used to hate it. But now he looked back, he actually really appreciated it. If his mom didn't do that, he won't be doing music now. And then he actually went to law school because that's what he thinks his mom liked, even though he himself doesn't like it. But luckily, he also spent time making music and he got discovered by Cannibal Records. The records I mentioned earlier started by BTSM, and then that's how he get a career up, and he's doing music that he really enjoys nowadays. So I think his story is very inspiring because I actually know a lot of artists like him. Like you got nothing to do with music, you were learning just really random things in college, but you didn't like it and you quit and you made it. So if you are producers that are learning things you don't like in college or you are doing a work you don't like, don't give up on music because maybe you were like Dabbing. One day you just made it. Just keep on making great music. And Dabbing also make a history as a Korean artist because he's actually the first Korean headliner in some of the very legendary places like Brooklyn Mirage or Red Rocks. So definitely a lot of respect to Dabbing for showcasing that Korean artists can build a very strong presence in the electronic music scene. So next artist is Hamdi. He's a very popular dubstep artist from the UK. And recently he has collaborated with great artists like Skrillex and they published Push, which is a very popular track. And also he worked with Marshmello and released Fired Up. And the next artist is another very popular melodic bass artist, that is Illenium from the United States. He's very well known for his future bass tracks. So basically, Illenium started a very unique future bass that's very, very emotional. Because Illenium, his life story is pretty, this is sad, but inspiring at the same time. He was a sports student and then he went through a really dark time in his life where he was falling really bad addiction. But his family has always been very supportive. And then he went to Icon Collective, a very famous electronic music production school. And he created very, very famous and unique future bass with very beautiful melodies. Sometimes it's really sad. It's like do, 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 do. He just put a sad melody and the way he constructs bass sound, very melodic. He makes bass sound just very beautiful and heartbroken at the same time. So it touched a lot of people's heart. So for example, his track Fractures, Sound of Walking Away, Crawl Out of Love is my favorite. How you just crawl out of love. It's so fucking easy to fall in, but now that I see what you promised, now it's time to crawl out of love. Da, 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 da. It's just it's so sad, but just so powerful. Yeah, I can't describe. I think Liam track just great, and also his collaboration with Excisions, Gold, Stupid Love. It's just mind blow. I remember me and my friend would listen to Gold. Oh my god, it has Excision, very rough dubstep, but with Illenium, that's very, very beautiful synthesizer, pad sound, elements to it. So yeah, Illenium is great. I think he's very popular in China. A lot of Chinese fans love Illenium. So I think he's also a very good artist if you just start to listen to electronic music. Very beautiful and very sad at the same time. And he's also very commercially successful. So definitely check out Illenium. Next, Level Up, a very famous female dubstep producer from the United States. So she's actually the wife of Subtronics, another artist I will mention later. So Level Up, she's very talented on DJ and spin because she actually started off learning how to battle DJ, use like vinyl. And now for her, like DJ on electronic DJ deck is very easy. But in general, she's just very good at DJ battling, at like DJ spinning, and perform is very energetic. So I think definitely worth checking out. And in the meantime, she also released some track with her husband, Subtronics, and these are also great tracks. Next, Rez! Oh my god, Rez is an artist that I'm very, very excited about this time. I really love Rez. I like how humble she is and how amazing she is at making music because basically she just creates a very unique mid-tempo bass that is kind of slow but really powerful, really dark. It's like boom, 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 boom. Wow, I think Rez music just awesome. I think that's why a lot of people love Rez because you never heard of some sound like that. And it's made from Rez. You look at Rez, you would never expect that because she just looked like this very polite ladies, like with a baseball hat, with a ponytail, but makes the hardest, like darkest bass music. It's awesome. And I think Red's story is also very inspiring. She's from Canada. And when she was in high school, middle school, one of her friends actually showed her a track by Deadmau5, another legend from Canada. It's Superliminal. Yeah, I remember Superliminal. And Red listened to it. They were like, what kind of music is that? And then that track inspired her that she really wanted to learn music production. So she actually decided not to go to college and she would just stay in her room, learning music production and spend over 10 hours every day, just check all the tutorials and try to learn how to produce music. And then she made it. She created mid-tempo bass, a very unique Red style mid-tempo bass that a lot of people just love. And even better than that, the best part, this year, 2024, at Tomorrowland, one of the biggest electronic music festivals in the world in Belgium, she played a B2B set with the person that inspired her, Deadmau5. Imagine that, it's so inspiring. I'm really happy for Raz. She played B2B with an idol that inspired her. A huge respect, huge respect. So I really love Raz, and then she has this very cool glass and play like really humbly, play great, awesome bass music. So I think Raz strongly recommend. Definitely check out Raz. Her bass music just so unique. Next artist, oh my god. Next artist, a lot of people plan to go to EDC Thailand from China, from Asia, just to see him. That is Skrillex. Oh, the king of brostep, but the king in the EDM. I mean, the king of the EDM, but he's definitely the king of brostep. And he's just so, I mean, he's so talented. He's still, till now, is an electronic music artist that won the most number of Grammy Awards. He actually won 9 Grammy Awards. That can kind of prove how talented he is. And I think Skrillex is also very inspiring. So like I said, he was actually the king of brostep. So which is brostep? So his story is, when he was in high school, middle school, he was actually in a rock band. And he was leading like vocal, like singer, like gah, gah, gah. To a point, he hurt his throat and he can no longer sing. And then he decided to just quit a band. He started his own Skrillex project because he was tired of waiting in band. A lot of producers have the same story. I see a lot of interviews. A lot of producers was like, how you start to produce by yourself? They were like, I was sick of waiting for the band. I'm waiting for this person, waiting for that person. Screw it. I just want to start my own project. A lot of producers do it like that. Skrillex has the same story. He's like, I'm sick of waiting in band. I want to start my own project. And he started with Skrillex. And the first one he released, My Name is Skrillex, that is legendary. Scary Monster and Nice Sprites. Wow, that track inspired a lot of artists, especially a lot of bass producers nowadays. It's mind-blowing, even for me. I strongly recommend for anyone who you never listen to dubstep or bass music, check out Skrillex, Scary Monsters and Nice Spread. The sound design is just crazy. I remember the first time I heard this, including Bangarang. It's just, I was like, wait, what? What are these sounds? It's just, it's a really hard to describe. You have to listen to that. And I think it's a good example how talented Skrillex is. And the Bangarang basically established him as the king of brostep. Some people criticize him as he killed dubstep because brostep is very different from dubstep. Let's say the UK dubstep, brostep is just so rough, have a lot of, like kind of noisy metallic sound and synthesizer sound. But it's just, people love it. So I have a lot of respect for anyone who starts something new. And I think brostep, as Skrillex as a founder or like the king of brostep, is pretty cool. And better than that, another thing makes Skrillex legend, and that's why he won a lot of 9 Grammy Awards, he never stuck with brostep. Even though he's famous for brostep, but now recent years he's been exploring different music like grime, house music. The recent Grammy he won was for his track Rumble, produced with Fred again, and with Flodem, a very famous British MC. Check out Rumble. I think a lot of people hear Rumble, including me, for the first time. You're like, wow, what this is, like grime? Was this like, hear the rumble, do the rumble? I was like, wow, I think that's great. Like, Skrillex never stopped exploring new sound, and no matter what new music he made, house, grime, whatever, it's just very organic and very genuine. And he said in his interview at Grammy Award, he said, what's the secret for success? You don't pursue success, you attract success. And I think that's exactly what Skrillex do. And I think that's exactly what a lot of people love him. And he's just so popular. He played at Coachella, he played at a lot of big like top festivals in the world. So if you go into EDC Thailand, Skrillex, I think is someone you cannot miss. He's just a legend and he's always keep on the top of the trend. And yeah, a lot of respect to Skrillex. I can't wait. Please keep on making awesome music. And next, Subtronics is the husband of Level Up, and Subtronics is definitely a very important like leading figures in the dubstep scene in North America. He's from United States, from Philadelphia, and his story is also very inspiring. When he was in Philadelphia, he was in environments that he didn't really like. Like among all the friends he has, he's the only one making music. He didn't know he gonna make it or not, and he was working at supermarket part-time, and he was dreaming one day he probably can go on tour with some great dubstep artists. But finally he made it after 10 years of working really hard, constantly release new music, and he even started his own label, Cyclops Recording, and now he's touring around the world, and he also did a lot of sold-out shows in big arena venues. I think Subtronics dubstep music is a very good representation of American-style dubstep music. It's a very clean sound design, but it's still very powerful. It's like perfect for It's perfect for headbang. It's not too rough, but it has enough energy for you to have a really fun time headbanging. His very famous track, Chonic, is such a classic. I remember I was looking for this so hard at festival. I hear that a lot. I just don't know what track it is. It drives me crazy. And finally, I know it's Chonics by Subtronics. And his track like Scream Savers, Puzzle Box with Rez, it's all pretty good tracks. So if you want to get to know American style dubstep, Subtronics, very popular artist nowadays, definitely check him out. And then Wooly, another very popular American bass artist. He's famous for making Briddim. So he make Briddim, and Briddim basically is brostep with rhythm. So it has a lot of like brostep, like energy part, and also have the rhythm, more metallic and high frequency, high pitched track. So Wooly's track, you can't say it's loud, but it has a lot of like unique signature metallic hard elements to it. It's interesting, so definitely check Wooly. He collaborated with a lot of great artists like Seven Lions and Trivecta, Flux Pavilion, and he inspired by Trance, brostep, and Melodic. So I think Wooly is also a great artist for you to explore what Briddim is. So okay, after finishing the second category, which is dubstep bass, melodic bass, let's move on to the third category, which is one of the most popular electronic music genre, house music. Very chill. I'm very excited. I love house music. It's perfect. So first is Hadadream. Hadadream is definitely a rising artist recently, and he's originally from Pakistan. Currently, he's based in London, and recently he's collaborating with artists like Skrillex. Their track Taka is very popular. He has get a lot of like great comments from like magazines or like media, and he make like tribal house, tech house. So his house actually have a lot of like tribal natural percussion elements like shaker and stuff, and he will add a lot of like South Asian percussion elements to it. It just feels very natural and tribal. It gives you a little bit of like natural elements, but meantime he also make very cool house music, like tech house, add a lot of techno element to the house music. So in general, his house music is not just like single one type. He also put different styles in the house music, even his live set. I've seen his live set in like Boiler Room. It's very interesting. It's like he's just changing different sound. You never get bored with his set. So I think if you like house music, Ahada Dream is a very interesting artist to explore. Next is Factory 93 Experience. It's also a label under Insomniac and it's focused on more underground music, and I've checked out some of the posters from their upcoming events, like the New Year Eve event this year in Los Angeles. They actually have a lot of great artists from the house music like Chris Lake, Diplo, and they also have artists from like techno scene, Adam Bear, Boris Bersha. It's just a combination of house and techno music, so Factory 93 Experience will be the only name that you will see twice, both under the house category and techno category. So if you are interested in more underground house or techno sound, definitely check out Factory 93 Experience. Next house artist will be Fisher. So Fisher is one of the most popular tech house artists nowadays in the world. He's from Australia. And interestingly, he's actually a surfer, a professional surfer. So he was actually traveling around the world doing all the surfing competition where he also DJ part-time. And then his career just built up from there. His very famous track, Losing It, is such a classic. I'm losing it. He is just very fun artist. A lot of music he makes is just very naughty, like Take It Off, Slow, Steady, Undress, or Atmosphere. So you will always have a lot of fun at Fisher's event because the way he DJ is just very naughty, very fun. You can feel this very cheerful and joyful, like Australia, sunshine, surfing kind of vibe. And he also started his own label, Catch and Release, where he released a lot of awesome tech house music. Yeah, I really like Fisher. I think he's just really fun. Every time you go to his show, you will never be sad. So next artist is Gordo. He was formerly known as Carnage, and now with his Gordo project, he actually do more house music. And recently he has played at a lot of events. I've seen a lot of his live set video where he played a lot of Afro house or tech house. As a Latin artist, he also implements a lot of like these Latin or tribal elements in his house music. Now, also another interesting fact about him, the album Drake released in 2022, honestly, never mind, half of the album was actually produced by Gordo. And he also played at big festivals like Coachella and Tomorrowland. Next is Hugo. I really love Hugo. So he's from France and the house music he makes is Latin house. So in his house music, you can hear a lot of tribal elements. It's very fun. It has this like Latin, very happy beats like Morenita, Stay High, or I Adore You are all great house music. I really enjoy it. So every time I see Hugo set, the way he performed, it's just very happy. And the house music he played just has this like very dancey, cheerful vibe. At the meantime, he also very actively posts on Instagram or the socials. He has over 1 million followers on Instagram, and he also started his own label, Make the Girls Dance Records, where he released a lot of great house music. So if you want to experience a very sunshine, Latin, happy house set, Hugo is definitely the one you should check it out. So next house artist interesting is In The Warehouse. It's more like an event label that is established by two artists, Kahani and Kuno Merchant. I think they are Indian, but they didn't really make it clear, but I see they're all live set. There are a lot of the South Asian Indian artists there. They also invite Indian artists on the stage. So I think they're probably like Indian American stuff like that. I think it's very interesting. I think they represent a current trend in the recent years that if you are a DJ, even though you may not have like very big hits, if you can present really good events, but people still will follow you and go to your shows. For In The Warehouse, they actually released some house music. I checked, it's tribal house. I personally really love it. I've been to Burning Man. So at Burning Man, you will hear a lot of organic house and tribal house. And In The Warehouse, they add a lot of tribal elements in their music. Very natural, very organic. It's great house music. So even though their house music does not have crazy streaming, but their events are very successful. They play at a very big venue like New York, Brooklyn, Mirage, where I see tons of people and everyone was having fun just dancing to their house music. They even invite performers to perform. In general, I think their set is very great. I think In The Warehouse represents a very popular outdoor tribal house trend with South Asian influence. Next house group, oh my god, is my personal favorite, Medusa, a very fashionable, modern Italian house group. They mainly make deep house music, and they have a lot of popular hit songs that have over like billions or tens or 100 million stream. Like last year, they released a compilation album, Medusa. A lot of their tracks are over like hundreds of millions, very popular. And some of my favorite track, Paradise. I love Paradise. Oh my, it's 1,000 miles between you and I. Oh my, it's 1,000 miles between me and paradise. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Upside Down. Upside Down is also my favorite. When you upside down, da 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 da. And their most popular track, Piece of Your Heart, a lot of people love them. When I was in San Francisco, tons of my friends love them. Just hear that all the time. Give me a piece of your heart, a piece of your da, dun dun dun. Oh god, it's so catchy, so catchy. So I think Medusa is great. It just, for them, their visual is cool. Medusa are a classic snake thing, so their visual is like very cool, have great design. And their music, an interesting thing about their music, some people say Medusa's track here is similar because they all have like da da da, la la la. And in the interview, they actually mentioned that they intentionally make it like that because they want people from all over the world to sing along. If you write English, if you don't speak English, you can't really sing. But if they produce music with like da 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 da, everyone can sing along. I think, wow, this is very interesting. And I think that explains why their track is so popular because no matter what language you speak, it's very catchy and you can just like humming along to it. And they were also nominated by Grammy Award. They got a lot of certificate. In general, I think Medusa's house music, deep house, just represents a very modern, fashionable, cool house music. I would strongly recommend Medusa. And also, I think Medusa is a perfect combination of 3 people. So one person who mainly DJ, he's just been DJ a long time, very great at DJing. And the other 2 members have very strong music production background. So I think Medusa has a very good reputation. If you want to form a group, you can just maximize each person's strengths and make a very successful artist project. Next house group, I'm also very surprised. Side Piece. I like Side Piece. A couple of their track is always on my favorite track list. For example, Together, Ecstasy, as well as On My Mind with Diplo. On My Mind with Diplo was so popular. It gets streamed a lot. Music on my mind, think about you all the time. Great track, I love it. And then I did some research. I was like, oh my god, Side Piece is actually the project by Party Favor and Nitty Gritty. I didn't expect that. I mean, I know Party Favor for a long time. He was making a lot of like clubby EDM track, but then he's now starting this house project with Nitty Gritty with a love track I like. Ecstasy, I love a lot. Ecstasy is ecstasy. Da da da. Ah, great house music. And I actually one day I would just check all the set. I saw Side Piece play an outdoor set at New York. I still didn't know it's Party Favor, but I just really love their house set. So I think it's also very interesting nowadays. It's another trend in the scene that to some artists, maybe the genres they produced before, let's say EDM and stuff, kind of just get off the trend and they will just form a new group and make new music like house music, techno music that's really trendy and get really successful. So I'm really impressed by Party Favor and Nitty Gritty. Their Side Piece project has a lot of great house music. So I definitely look forward to Side Piece set. The last artist on the house category is Yuki Yoshiyama. So he's basically an OG from Japan. He's been in the scene for a long time, over 20 years, and he was very active in the local Japanese scene that he helped EDC to grow in Asia. And he started DJing in 1996. And he has been a supporting DJ for big artists like Tiësto or Armin when they were touring in Japan. He also has his own promotion companies that help entities like EDC to grow in Japan. And the music he makes are mostly tech house music. Okay, so after the 3rd category, house music, let's move on to the 4th category, the music I recently really love. It's HDM, hard dance music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, I feel like I got a boxing at any time. I love hard dance music. It's so energetic, it's perfect. So let's start with the first one, Basscon. So Basscon is another event label under Insomniac. So let's be clear. Bass Rush is dubstep bass music, and Basscon is a hard music label by Insomniac. So I think the great thing about Basscon is that Basscon is one of the biggest hard music event label in North America, because at least when I was in the United States, hard music was not that big. First, hard dance music has always been very popular in like Netherlands, in Europe area. So I think it's great that Basscon has been bringing a lot of like top HDM artists to North America, including Brandon Hart, Darren Styles, Sub-Zero Project, and tons of artists. They also organize festivals like Basscon Wasteland. So if you like hard music, Basscon is definitely the stage session you should check out at EDC Thailand. Next artist, Kun. Kun is also a very, very important figure in the HDM scene because first, he was actually the first hardstyle artist to play on the main stage of Tomorrowland. I remember that time my friend showed me, I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. That's very epic, right? A big milestone of HDM. And second, he actually started the very important HDM label, Dirty Works, where he released music from a lot of great artists, including himself, DJ Isaac, Mandy, Darren Style, or the Tukas. And Darren Style and the Tukas even established their own label, Electric Fox, under Dirty Works, where they really focus on happy hard music. So I think Kun's hard music is very great if you just start to listen to hard dance, because a lot of his track, Hardstyle, has a lot of vocals that is very easy to remember, easy to sing along. My personal favorite is Superman. I think a lot of people love Superman too. And but Superman, Superman, da 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 da. I remember I was at a gym as I listened to Superman. It's just great. It's for a Trash Moment. It's also great. I listen to Trash Moment when I work out. And he also started a group like Elite, where he collaborated with a couple of artists from his label, and they released like Toss a Coin to the Witcher. I love that track too. Toss a coin to the Witcher, a valley of plenty, a valley of plenty. Whoa, just nice. I like a lot of Kun's tracks, so definitely recommend it if you want to get to know hardstyle. Next, the Tukas. The Tukas is definitely the funniest hard dance music artist. They are just so ridiculous in a good way, and they're just very funny in a good way. And I think the funny thing about them, they actually do a lot of live stream, I think monthly or something. I saw their live stream once, no filter. They talk about all kind of things. It just shows how funny they are. So if you want to get to know the Tukas, definitely check out their live stream. It's one of the funniest live stream I've ever seen. And their music, just like two of them, very happy, very fun. Like one of their very popular track, Jägermeister, because they like Jägermeister, they'll make a track of it. It's a really fun track, back and forth. And another thing I love about him, they actually turn a lot of tracks from Disney movies to hard dance music. Like my personal favorite is How Far I Will Go. Wow, I just love it. I think it's on my top 10 favorite hardstyle tracks. Da 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 da. It follows me, but no one knows how far it goes. Da 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 da. Oh, it's amazing. I don't know how they did it but every time they play this Disney hard music, people just go crazy on the dance floor. So definitely check out the Tukas. If you go to their show, you would definitely have a fun time. They will play tons of great tracks, fun tracks, and very Disney lovey-dovey tracks. So I love them. So next is Mandy, a female hard music artist. She's getting really popular. She plays at all kind of big festivals in a hard event. Also an artist signed under Dirty Works. She started to spin in the club at the age of 16, a really early start. And tracks like Reggae Job or Jackie Chan Remix are all very popular. And this year, she even played at the main stage of Tomorrowland. So Mandy is definitely one of the top female hard dance music artists. And the next is another female hard dance music artist, is Mish from Australia. She's getting really popular recently too. She, as her boyfriend Sigma, they released a lot of tracks together. And her popular track like Yeah Boy, Rave Love, get a lot of stream. It's just very happy, hard music, and the way she dressed and the way she performed is also very energetic, very sunshine. For some reason, also have this very Australia kind of sunshine vibe. And she played at DevCon, Tomorrowland, all kind of big festival. Next is Ruler from Italy, and he also made a lot of hard dance music that's really party friendly. You listen to his track, you're just oh, I feel like party, I want to have a good time. Like Move It to the Beat, Save Me, it's all very fun hard dance music tracks. A very talented producer. Next is Showtag. They're from Netherlands. So I think a lot of people remember Showtag because at the EDM Gold Age time, they make tons of famous EDM tracks. For example, Booyah. Oh my god, Booyah is so classic. A lot of people definitely hear about that. Such a classic. And now recently they come back to the hard music scene. They play at all kind of big hard music festivals. So Showtag is another very talented dance music group that's very good at EDM and hard music. The last hard dance music artist is Wild Styles. I think he's very, very legendary. He's one of the very important figures in the HDM scene. Back at the beginning of the 21st century, he and Brennan Hart collaborated the track Lose My Mind. Such a classic track. Let me lose my mind, forget about Monday to Friday, cause I've been working like a slave. Wow, the lyrics just touch a lot of people's heart. Even nowadays, every time you see him playing this Lose My Mind live, it's just everyone sing along to it, and he has a lot of tracks that people sing along to it. And his track Children of Drums appears in a lot of hard dance music after movies. It's just classic. He also started a label with Headhunters and Noise Controller Art of Creation. So I think Wild Styles is very important because he and also like Brandon Hart, they started the euphoric hardstyle era, where before that hardstyle just looked very rough, doesn't really have these melody elements, but then euphoric hardstyle was created. Wow, they add this beautiful melody things to hardstyle. I love euphoric hardstyle, so I definitely hope there will be more euphoric hardstyle. Yeah, so if you want to see a legend in HDM to play at EDC Thailand, definitely consider checking out Wild Styles. Okay, so after the fourth category, HDM, hard dance music, let's move on to the fifth category, another genre I really love, that is trance music, beautiful orchestra of electronic music. So let's start with the first artist, Billy Gillies from UK, from Northern Ireland. I love Northern Ireland. Like I said, I used to live in Belfast. I have a lot of fun time, even though Irish accent is a little bit hard, but people are very friendly in Northern Ireland, so I miss Northern Ireland. It's beautiful. And I think Billy Gillies' music kind of, like, for me, I feel like it's related to Northern Ireland because Irish or Northern Irish culture, they have a lot of like storytelling, they have their own art, they have their own music. Very unique, the Irish music and stuff like that. So I think Billy Gillies, his trance music, he make like tech trance, uplifting trance. He's very popular. A lot of his tracks get on top 1 on the Beatport charts, and he has a lot of trance music that I really like. I think his trance music have a lot of like different elements. It's not just like pure like dum 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 trance. It's hard to describe. You have to check it out. I love his like uplifting trance, just like classic great uplifting trance with a lot of bring you up. So uplifting trance, basically the trance when you listen to it, the speed normally is at 138. It has the melody and everything, the elements, the sound they use, the synthesizer, it just bring you up. That's why it's uplifting. So a lot of people love uplifting. And Billy Gillies also play a lot of big trance festivals like Luminosity, Dream State, and Trance Sanctuary. So he's one of the very popular trance artists nowadays. Second trance artist I also really like is a Cosmic Gate. Oh my god. Cosmic Gate is also very, very legendary. Their track Exploration of Space, classic. Definitely one of the most classic trance track, and also now recent years they've been making more progressive track. I also really like Nothing to Hide is beautiful. I got nothing to hide, I got nothing to hide. Hoo. And they also released our Anjuna Beats. Like I mentioned, I'm also like China marketing manager for Anjuna Beats. They remixed The Only Road. I really love that track. It's a beautiful track too. Definitely check it out. So I think no matter the trance or progressive track they make, it's also very unique, very Cosmic Gate, high quality, great production. So definitely check Cosmic Gate out. And then Dream State. So Dream State is an event label that also started by Insomnia that focus on trance music. Dream State is pretty amazing. Similar to Basscon, where Basscon is helping to grow the HDM scene in North America, Dream State is one of the very important trance event label to help build the trance scene in North America. And their lineup is just crazily good. Like this year in November, Dream State took place in California. They basically just invite all the like top trance artists. Armin van Buuren, Above and Beyond, Paul van Dyk, Ferry Corsten, Infected Mushroom, Giuseppe Ottaviani, Solarstone, many great artists. I look at I've been listening to electronic music for many years. I've been to a lot of events, but I look at Dream State lineup this year. I was like, oh my god, I hope so much I was there because the lineup is just so dope. It's just a paradise for trance lovers. So in general, if you like trance music, definitely check out the stage session Dream State. And then Giuseppe Ottaviani from Italy. He's one of the most popular trance artists nowadays. So Armin van Buuren is one of the very important figures in trance music, one of the most popular trance artists. His Armada Music is one of the biggest label in the scene, and his ASOT, A State of Trance radio, is one of the most high quality radio in the electronic music scene. And then every year, ASOT will have a fan-elected top 50 trance music charts. And in 2023, out of 50 songs, there are 6 tracks is made by Giuseppe Ottaviani. And also the great thing about it, these 6 tracks were also released under 6 different labels: Armind, Black Hole, Dream State, Anjuna Beats, FSOE, and Revealed. Oh my god, it's amazing. One person can release 6 tracks on 6 labels and they all get elected on the top 50 chart. so amazing. GL, amazing. That's how talented Giuseppe Ottaviani is. You know, normally, because every label have different preference, so if you're artists that are able to release 6 tracks and 6 great tracks on 6 labels, it means you are very talented and make different kind of trance music. That's how talented Giuseppe Ottaviani is. So I think Giuseppe Ottaviani represents a very popular trance track, which is kind of more techy, have more tech elements to it. It may not be like uplifting trance or progressive trance have that much melody. It may have more, you know, rough techno beat, but currently in the whole world, everything getting more techno. So if you want to have a feeling of how trance music has become in the recent year, check out Giuseppe Ottaviani. And he's good at making uplifting trance too. I personally really like his track Till the Sunrise. Beautiful, beautiful uplifting trance. And his trance like Magical, I believe, is also very great. So I think Giuseppe Ottaviani is definitely very, very talented trance producer. Next is a very important trance artist from Australia. It is Marlo. Oh my god, Marlo. I think a lot of people know Marlo, similar to me, is because of the track Lighter Than Air. It was elected as the ASOT Tune of the Year in 2019. Very, very beautiful trance track. So if you are new to trance, Lighter Than Air is very beautiful. Dun dun dun, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. Oh, so beautiful. Check it out. And I like another his track, Borderline. Borderline is a track every time I listen I want to cry because it's a track he made for his mom, who already passed away. And Borderline is actually a collaboration with Roxanne Emery, a sister of Gareth Emery. Gareth Emery is also another very popular trance artist. So Borderline, the lyrics, the sound structure is just, it's very like touching. It's basically like he wanna cross a borderline with his mom. And then I think it's a very perfect example of how beautiful trance music is. It has really like touching lyrics, and the singing, the vocalist is like beautiful, and then you build up to the drop with all the trance sounds, layers of sound, and just in your ear you feel this sadness, but it's not really sadness, but you feel the emotion, and it's built with the trance energy. So I personally would really strongly recommend Borderline. Very, very touching. But in general, Marlo is very influential as an Australian trance artist. He also started his own label under Armada Music, Reaching Altitude, where he's exploring not just trance sound, but he's also adding more techno elements to his trance production. Next is Nifra, a female trance artist from Slovakia. Nifra is interesting. I used to see her set a lot on the internet in the past few years, and it was not that popular, but in the recent, especially this year, she's getting a lot of attention, and she has been playing at a lot of events like ADE or big festivals. So she's definitely a rising trance artist in the scene recently. And the music she released are most like tech trance music with more techno feeling. And the last trance artists are basically the most successful psytrance artist, that is Vini Vici from Israel. I think a lot of people start to know psytrance from Vini Vici, at least I am. The first psytrance I ever heard is Great Spirit by Vini Vici and Armin van Buuren. Wow, it's classic. If you don't know what psytrance is, Vini Vici, definitely listen to their track. Definitely listen to Great Spirit. That's just psytrance. It's interesting. It feels like sometimes you feel like psytrance is different from trance because every other trance is just more like space and universe. Psytrance is so fast with like little beats, a little like percussion in it. But a lot of people like psytrance. There are like psytrance festival all over the world. In the woods, sometimes you will see a lot of hippie and hipster in the psytrance festival. It's very natural, very spiritual. So it's very interesting. It seems like psytrance people are just different from a lot of other trance music, but regardless, they are still considered as trance. So if you want to check out psytrance at EDC Thailand, definitely check out Vini Vici. They're the most commercially successful psytrance artists. If you talk about psytrance, you cannot miss Vini Vici. So after the 5th category, trance, let's move on to the 6th category, techno. Techno is getting really popular. Like I say, it sounds more pure, like doom, 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 doom. So there are a couple of artists that get really popular recently. So the first one, 9 times 9. 9999, 99999. Very popular Italian techno group. They play at all kind of big events, and they have a lot of fans. And a lot of their track were named after like 9 digits, combination of numbers and letters, like X0003, 000X, or Power to the River, Rave for Love. They have a lot of fans globally, and a lot of time their sets, tons of people, it's just packed, and they just bring a lot of like acid sound to their techno music production. So basically acid sound is like it's really hard to describe. It just sounds very acid. So if you want to know what acid techno sounds like, 9x9 is a great group to start with. Second, alignment. Alignment is also getting very popular, and alignment techno is very hard, very industrial. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's like hardstyle with techno. Yeah, that's exactly what hard techno is. So if you are someone like that kind of hard energy, alignment it's just like cool, rough. It's basically like robot, but yeah, it's cool techno music. And he also released under Charlotte DeWitt's label. So Charlotte DeWitt is one of the most popular female techno artists in the world, and her label KNTXT released a lot of great techno music. And Alignment released a lot of music under her label. So he has very strong style. It can be a little bit aggressive, but it's just a lot of energy, very hard. And next artist, Eli Brown, is from the UK, and Eli Brown is interesting because he was actually known for making house music, like his track Ecstasy is very popular. Flying in my ecstasy, flying in my ecstasy. And in the past few years, he's been making more techno track, and he has a lot of techno track that's very popular, like Diamonds on My Mind, like Diamonds on My Mind, da 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 da, or Be the One. I hear a lot of DJ play his track, so he's definitely another very trendy artist. And then Nico Moreno from France, he has a lot of followers on Instagram. So I think it's another trend. Nowadays, a lot of DJs have a big fan base on Instagram, and then their live set, there are a lot of fans to come to see their show as well. So as social media is getting really popular, it's really important for a lot of artists to build your social presence so that more people will come to see your shows. He started his own label, Insolent Raves, and he also plays at KNTXT events sometimes. And some of his tracks is very popular, have millions of streams, like You Make Me Horny, Insolent Rave, or Purple Widow. Next techno artist, Ota from Portugal. You don't really see that many Portugal artists in electro music scenes. I'm really glad we have Ota in the techno scene. Ota started her own label, Hotties, and also she mentioned in the interview that she really liked trance music, and she also trying to add more like Portugal elements to her music production. The last techno artist is Yona from Korea. I think she's very similar to Nifra. I used to see Yona's set show up a lot on the video website, and she has some videos that have more than 1 million views. And then recently, she started to release music, and the music she released are mostly melodic techno. So if you are a big fan of melodic techno, you think techno is a little bit boring, you want some melody in it, melodic techno is a big trend. Yona is an artist, you can check it out. And I think Yuna and the Nifra both represent another trend in the electronic music or the DJ scene recently. Is if you want to play at big festival, probably you can start upload DJ sets on the video platforms, and I see a lot of DJs are doing that. And then after you build a lot of fan base, you can start to release music and get more exposure and get yourself opportunity to play at big events. Okay, so after the 8th category, techno music, let's move on to the 7th category, which will be others. And others, let's start from one of the most popular genre recently, which is drum and bass. Still, in the past few years, drum and bass was never a thing in the United States, but recently, drum and bass just getting really popular. You hear drum and bass play a lot at EDC Las Vegas this year, and now at the EDC Thailand, I'm very glad that we are seeing a very talented drum and bass artist, Dimension. So this year, 2024, Dimension became the first international drum and bass artist to play on the main stage of Tomorrowland, which is a very big milestone for international drum and bass artists. Before, there are also drum and bass artists play on main stage, but they're mostly from Belgium. So Dimension is making history. Clap. So I think it's a good proof of how popular Dimension is. He released a lot of tracks that get a lot of popularity online. For example, his track DJ Turn It Up, Desire, Ready to Fly, all very popular, great drum and bass tracks. So basically drum and bass is like has little bit don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. It's different than techno or hard. It's not that hard, it's not techno, it's have just these little beats very fast. And drum and bass is definitely like a British favorite. I remember like 90% of British I met love drum and bass. And before, like 90% people love drum and bass are British. But definitely recently, people from all over the world start to fall in love with the drum and bass music. It's just, I think it's fast. Some people think it's too fast, but I think for me, the beat is not that hard. While you dance, it's just like little jump, little bumps. It's fun, it's chill. I think it's chill in a way. So if you want to get to know what drum and bass is, Dimension this time is definitely someone you have to check out at EDC Thailand. Next, Say My Name. Say My Name is definitely the king of hard trap music. So what is hard trap? So hard trap is a hybrid of hard music and trap music. So this trap music is more like EDM trap. It's used the trap from the hip hop and then add a lot of electronic elements in it with more synthesizers, more electronic sounds. So it sounds more electronics and trap music, and then Say My Name is adding like really hard elements like dum 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 dum. Oh, just listen to it. I can't really mimic it from my sound. It just makes EDM trap music more interesting and make it harder with more energy. So if you're a fan of trap music and if you want to hear something harder with a lot of energy, definitely check out Say My Name. Next artist, Taki Monster. She's a Korean American. I think her story is also very inspiring. Like I said, she also is like from a very typical Asian kid family where her parents forced her to study classic piano. But she wasn't planned to make it a career as she was working at a company. At one point, she was laid off by her employer, and then she started to really dedicate to make music. And her music is actually get a lot of attention. But then, unfortunately, in 2015, she was diagnosed with some brain disease where she had to went through surgeries. And after surgery, she even lost her ability to comprehend music. She can't hear music anymore. Music in her is like noise, like white noise, and she even can't talk. And she spent a lot of time trying to do recovery as she get her ability to talk back and she was able to listen to music more. So after this very big surgery in 2015, normally you would think, oh, someone like this, the music career is dumb. No, she tried really hard to recover and she actually released the album Lou Rouge. And can you believe that? That album Lou Rouge was actually getting nominated in the Grammy Award as the Best Electronic Music Album. And she was the first ever Asian American female artist to be nominated on that category. It was very inspiring. So I have a lot of respect for Taki Monster that even after this very serious surgery, she actually tried really hard to come back to the scene with such a great album. And I think Taki Monster's music is just very unique. It's a combination of like electronic and the hip hop. Some people say it's electronica. It's just very, very special Taki Monster style. So you definitely have to check out her music. It's really hard to describe, but I think in a good way, very unique. And she also started her own label, Young Art Creation, and some magazine even call her the top artist in Los Angeles area. The last artist in the others category is Yellow Claw, the king of EDM trap. A lot of people, including me, start to listen to EDM trap from Yellow Claw. They're from Netherlands, and they definitely is a very important figure in EDM trap, even though EDM trap is not that popular in the recent years, I think. But back then, when EDM trap is very popular in 2018, Yellow Claw is definitely the group you have to check it out. They have so many classic EDM trap songs like Till It Hurts, Love Me Till It Hurts, Make My Body Do. Classic. Catch Me, I love it. Catch Me is one of my favorite. Yellow Claw with Flux Pavilion. It's an amazing track. Definitely check it out. It has a lot of different genres, elements in Catch Me. It has trap, it has dubstep. It's amazing. I love Catch Me. And also Shotgun. To the shotgun, bring me to the shotgun. And DJ Turn It Up is also a very fun track. Also a great track, DJ Turn It Up. A lot of change, a lot of like interesting thoughts in music production. So I think Yellow Claw definitely make a very important stamp on the EDM trap, and also they start Baron family. But recently, like I say, as EDM trap is no longer that popular, they also started their own project, Euro Trash, that focus on house music. It's such a funny project. Definitely check out Euro Trash. They post some really ridiculous set where they dress like medieval time, like just spinning in a really funny way. I love Euro Trash. I think, for example, their track 1F 2F, I love it. 1 for 2 for 1 for 2. It's just great house music. I love house music. So if you're interested in trap music or house music, definitely check out their classic EDM trap tracks and their new house music. So finally, after the 7 category on different music genre, let's come to the 2 last categories by region. So the 8th category would be the artists from Thailand. And 22 Bullets under Marvin Z1R, they're gonna play back-to-back side, which we call B2B. And 22 Bullets have actually released many tracks, mostly big room house and other EDM house genres. And Marvin Z1R produced some hardstyle. And 22 Bullets have released many tracks, mostly in future bass or big room house or some other EDM genres. And he also released under Hardwell's label Revealed. And Marvin Z1R mostly played dubstep music. Artin L is one of the very popular hardstyle artists from Thailand. And Bokesh probably is the most popular Thailand artist this time at EDC Thailand. He has over 400,000 followers on YouTube and he has this very unique blue hair color. And I think one great thing about Ballcash is he actually collaborated with a lot of like local Thai musicians and makes some very fun and interesting electro-pop music. So he's definitely one of the most popular Thai electronic music artists. And DJ A Sarah mostly played techno and trance music. And next, Jay Jetpack, he mostly played hardstyle. Then the next group of artists will be 2 female DJ B2B plus 1 female MC. That is Joy Lila, B2B Reveal, and MC Prada. These 3 ladies actually plays a lot at local electronic music festivals in Thailand. Carti, also known as Carti Party, also plays a lot at the electronic music festival in Thailand, and he plays mostly bass and dubstep music. K is a local DJ from Phuket, and he always wear like sunglasses and very cool t-shirts, have very tribal vibe. Kiki is actually a very talented local female Thai DJ, and she's actually the champion of the 2024 Pioneer DJ competition. I've seen the video of she DJing. It's very impressive. Like in 10 minutes, she's really perfect at operating 4 decks, so definitely a very impressive professional female DJ. And Max is a resident DJ at one of the top Thai club, Space Plus, and he mostly plays EDM. And Pixie is a female DJ with very cute ponytail and blue color, and she's also resident DJ at many big clubs in Thailand, and she mostly plays EDM as well. And Shanti P is also a very cute female artist from Thailand, and she also plays mostly EDM. And the last artist from Thailand is Yukio. It's interesting, as you feel some reason, the DJs in Thailand really like to dye their hair blue because Yukio also recently dyed her hair blue, and she also plays mostly EDM music. Okay, so after the 8th category, the artists from Thailand, let's move on to the last category, the artists from Greater China area. The first is Alicia from Taiwan. So she was actually on the DJ Asian Top 100 DJ list, and her track Electronic Universe has actually been played at ASOT radio show, and the music she played are mostly big room techno and house. And the second artist is Angus from Hong Kong. She has over 200,000 followers on Instagram, and she plays a variety of music. The third artist is Korsak from mainland China, and he actually is one of the most popular electronic music artists in China. He graduated from Shanghai Conservatory of Music, and he's very talented at music production. Some of his tracks have billions of streams, and a lot of Chinese people love his track because it's very emotional, have very beautiful lyrics, beautiful melody, and the singer he collaborated with is also very talented. And the music he makes are mostly electro-pop, a perfect combination of electronic music and popular music, and he has also collaborated with Alan Walker and has been on a lot of TV shows. As he's a good friend of mine, he's definitely the Chinese artist you should check out. And Junior is a DJ from Taiwan. He has played at Ultra Taiwan, Ultra Bali, and he's also been releasing music. And the music he released are mostly hardstyle and big room. Leafy is a rising artist from Hong Kong, and he mostly plays EDM. Ling is an artist from mainland China, and she just played at Ultra Taiwan, and she has released some drum and bass track. Mod is a DJ from Hong Kong, and he mostly plays EDM. Smile is also a DJ from Hong Kong, and he plays mostly house and techno. And the last group of artists from Greater China area is Yat and Yeotik. They are both from Hong Kong, and they are resident DJ at Club Boomerang. They release music in future house and hardstyle genre, and they also play music in combination with EDM. Okay, that's it, everyone. These are the 78 groups of artists that are currently on the main poster. My team and I have been spending a lot of time to listen to all their music and to study their stories. So if you like this video, definitely consider subscribe, click like, and leave a comment and let me know how do you like it. And also, for the ticket lottery that I mentioned earlier, we are giving out 2 3-day GA tickets for free. If you want to win the ticket, it's pretty straightforward. Just leave a comment below, and we will pick 2 winners to win these 2 free tickets 7 days after the release date of this video. So if you want to win this free ticket, definitely leave a comment below, or you can also share this video to your friends and invite your friends to leave a comment to get higher chance of winning the ticket. And remember to check the message 1 week after this video posted in case you missed a message that informs you that you are the lucky winner to redeem your ticket. And then I will share some tips of travel in Thailand. Like I say, Thailand is very easy to travel. It's very developed in tourism. Most people in the tourist industry speak perfect English. Nowadays, they even speak perfect Chinese for the Chinese tourists. So there are a couple of things you need to prepare before you go to Thailand. First, definitely your passport, and check the visa policy to see whether the country you travel from, whether you need visas for your citizenship. And the second most important thing is the phone card, the SIM card. You can consider get a SIM card from the Thai carrier, or you can consider get an eSIM card. So eSIM card will make it very easy. You just need to purchase a service from the carrier. You don't need to change the SIM card, you can use directly. So either way, make sure you get a SIM card that you can use the moment you land in Thailand. As long as you have SIM card with internet service, it's very easy for you to travel around in Phuket. You can call cabs from your phone app, you can order takeaways, and you can just check Google Map and all kind of stuff. And the third very important thing is to make sure you get some cash. Make sure you can exchange some Thai local currency, which is Thai baht, before you go there. And of course, you can also take cash from the ATM. But if you exchange ahead, it's just easy, right? In case you need cash, in case you need to get some food. And every time you take cash from ATM in Phuket, you need to pay some like transaction fee. So to avoid that and to make sure everything is easy, I would definitely recommend you to exchange some Thai baht at your local bank before you go there. And be aware that in Thailand, even though it's very developed in tourism, not every place accepts credit card, especially Visa card or MasterCard. They accept some local Thai bank card, but definitely not very popular for Visa card and MasterCard. A lot of places, for example, like the street food or like the food fair, they mostly accept cash. So if you don't want to exchange too much Thai baht, definitely bring some US dollar or some local currency so that you can exchange in Phuket. There are tons of currency exchange spots that you can exchange your money from, and sometimes the exchange rate is even better than your local bank. So definitely consider bringing some of your local currencies, US dollar or some other popular currencies. And also the 3 days of EDC, the traffic can be really hectic, so definitely check out EDC Thailand page to see whether you want to buy their shuttle bus. They actually offer shuttle bus all around the Phuket Island, or you can book a car ahead so you don't have to struggle getting a commute after the festival, because I think the most painful part is each day after the festival is done, the traffic will be terrible. So an ideal way is to get their shuttle bus so you don't have to wait, don't have to struggle find a car or something, or definitely book a car ahead to pick you up when the festival is done. Or you probably have to walk like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers to get yourself back to the hotel. And some fun thing to do in Phuket, they have a lot of island hopping thing, but I think if you go to festival, the 3 days, it will be hard for you to do island hopping. But if you arrive in Phuket days before or days after, definitely consider do some island hopping. It's gonna be very fun. There are a lot of travel agencies in Phuket, so you don't have to book ahead. Just if you want to do island hopping the second day, make sure the day before you want to do the island hopping, you check out all the local tourist office and compare which office have the best package. And you can also take some surfing class at a very affordable price, and also the seafood there was great. So there are tons of things. And the Patong, they have a bar street. There's just a lot of things to do in Phuket. Did some research and you can definitely have a fun time in Phuket. So try to book your air flights early, try to book your hotel early to make sure you get the best deal. Besides that, if it's the first time you go to electronic music festival, definitely consider do some candy like these, make some beats so you can exchange with the people on spot. It will be very sweet. And remember to wear very comfortable shoes because you're gonna walk a lot, and bring some camel bags so you can get free waters on site, stay hydrated, and try not to bring too much stuff because otherwise it's very hard for you to dance. And lastly, if you go to EDC Thailand, I would strongly recommend you to check out all the music or tracks from these artists, because if you actually know their music, especially if you find the music you like, then if you hear this music live, you will have a way better experience than you know nothing about all these artists. That's it for today's video. I hope you find it interesting. If you want to see me making more English content, definitely leave a comment and let me know. And if you are an electronic music label or artist looking forward to find someone to help you grow in China, my team and I will definitely be happy to support. And I will leave my email in the description section. Other than that, no matter you are going to EDC Thailand or not, I hope you will find some interesting artists from this video. And if you actually plan to go to EDC Thailand, I hope you will really have a fun time, and feel free to share this video with your friends while also going. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.